Hi, my name is Vamsi Sisla. In this video, I will cover high-level overview of Azure. By the end of this video, you will learn about Azure at a very high level, its supported operating systems, programming languages. You'll also learn about different computing models within Azure. As many of you know, Azure is a Windows cloud service that provides cloud services. The two other common paradigms they support are platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. Azure allows you to run your application using 4 different execution models. These are websites, cloud services, virtual machines, and mobile services. For example, cloud services is platform as a service, whereas virtual machines is infrastructure as a service. Azure supports Windows servers and leading popular Linux versions as well. Within Azure, you can develop using ASP.NET, Node.js, Java, PHP, Python, Ruby, and of course HTML and JavaScript. Azure also comes with the App Store, within which you have about 40 to 45 applications that you can download and install and run them alongside of your application. So let's talk about the first compute model, Azure Websites. Azure Websites is the fastest way to deploy your website using Azure Cloud Service. You could run a website in a virtual machine, or you can run a set of websites in a virtual machine. It is platform as a service, which means you will have less control on the iOS settings, and you won't be able to install any third-party DLLs and so forth. Azure Websites comes with built-in application framework that supports CMS and wiki tools such as Drupal, Django, Joomla, WordPress, and so forth. Websites can be run in 3 different modes: free, shared, and standard. Free and shared modes have limited resources compared to the standard mode. One could deploy using FTP, Git, TFS, and web deploy. By default, all applications include websites run on one instance. For better redundancy and scale, you should add additional instances. In summary, Azure Websites is the fastest way to deploy but least flexible execution model within Azure. The second execution model I want to talk about is Azure Cloud Service. Do not get confused between Azure Cloud Services execution model and the Azure Cloud Platform. Azure Cloud Service is one of the execution models within Azure Cloud Platform. It is platform as a service. You can deploy very complex applications with multi-tier architecture using cloud services. A typical cloud service includes 2 roles, a web role and a worker role. Think of web role as a front-end facing code, anything that interacts with the end user. Example, a website. Worker role is the background application that does most of the back-end work and does not really interact with the end user. Example, encryption of the password, and so forth. Azure has built these roles in such a way that web role and worker role run on their own virtual instances, virtual machines. The third compute model is Azure Virtual Machines. This is basically the bare metal. Azure Virtual Machines is infrastructure as a service. It gives you maximum control. Each virtual machine can be accessed using an IP address by any other device that is on the internet. You can group a set of virtual machines and call it a cloud service. In Azure, Hyper-V allows you to move entire servers, entire file systems from cloud to local machines with just few clicks. This is super powerful functionality, especially when you have strong on-premises data centers and you would like to use your on-premises infrastructure as much as the cloud service. At a very high level, if you compare websites versus cloud services versus virtual machines, websites give you least amount of flexibility but fastest to deploy. It's a lot more template driven. Cloud services give you more flexibility and also takes a little bit more effort, and you can run more complex applications versus websites. And virtual machines is really bare metal, so which means it's your responsibility to install it, maintain it, configure it, and run your applications. So if you look at this high-level overview of Windows Azure, we covered these three compute models: cloud services, websites, and virtual machines. I will revisit mobile services at a later point. Here's another way to look at Azure's overview. There are these 4 execution models, and we'll talk about all these in later videos. Thank you.